Hi everyone, welcome to Loving Life or VictoriaPaikin.com, and today it's my weight loss journey Sunday again, and I'm filming from my computer but in the park. Look how pretty it is there. It's wonderful in here. Yep. So yes, I have wet hair. So sorry about that. I didn't have time to hair blow dry it. I'm having my coffee here, decaf bulletproof coffee. Really nice. I love it so much. And today I want to talk about moderation. How we can do moderation in very extreme world. And by the title of this video, you already know that pretty much you can't do it. We just love using this phrase, everything in moderation. And it sounds so good, and it feels sometimes good, sometimes not so good, and I will explain why it's not feeling as good. But we truly love to use this. The problem is with this, it's that moderation is meaning different things for different people. What is moderate for my lifestyle won't be absolutely moderate, or it will be absolutely extreme to another person's lifestyle. And if we correlate it to diet and to healthy living and etc., it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I will tell a couple of examples. Let's say person who lives on standard North American diet, when he is eating 3-4 times a week outside, and usually the outing, it's not in the health shops, and it's McDonald's, it's Taco Bell, it's all of these friends. So for this person, moderation will be, instead of maybe 4 times a week that usually he go to the drive-through, it will be, okay, I want to be not extreme moderate, and I'm going to do it 1 time or 2 times. So for this person, it will be moderate amount of times that they're going through drive-through. On the other hand, there are people that never go to the drive-through. And I can remember the last time I've eaten in junk food places for a couple of years ago. So for me, moderate amount of junk food intake or junk food feeding my child will be pretty much 0. And this going so on and so forth and so forth and so on. And if you will ask a vegan person about my diet, which contains a lot of animal-based product, and even though I eat a lot of vegetables as well, it will say that it's absolutely extreme. But I'm taking 2 extremes now. Yeah, I'm taking like keto and I'm taking the veganism. And for vegan person to eat, dry chips and etc., this is couple times of a week will be maybe for some okay because it's vegan. The chips is vegan. And for myself, to eat these chips will be absolutely extreme, or carb up day or something like very crazy, because I even don't consider it to be food, or, something that we should eat on daily basis, even on the moderate basis. And same goes with desserts. Most of the people that I know are eating dessert every day. But a lot of times the dessert comes, I haven't eaten my, pancake for 2 weeks now. So obviously I can eat pancake for breakfast. But if it's moderate, because you can understand that most of the pancakes are going to be sugar high. You put syrup or, some sweet things on top. And, it's not a health food. You can make it healthy food, but I'm just, for example. But the person forgot that yesterday he ate muffin, the brand muffin from Starbucks that has about 700 calories or something, and sugars over the top. I'm not sure. I'm just giving the I haven't checked it for sure. Sorry about the noises. There are crows here and they're beautiful creatures. So yeah, and the day before he ate 1 scoop of ice cream, and in the morning he ate white bread 3 times a day because he ate in the morning and then he wanted sandwich and sandwich again. So yes, is this moderate intake of pancakes? Or what it is moderate? So yeah, this were my examples of how hard it to be moderate in something, because in my mind something that it's moderate would be absolutely different from your mind or from anyone else for this matter. Now we're living in this extreme, totally extreme world when we are thinking of this diet, extreme diet, and by any means keto diet will consider to be extreme diet for a lot of people, and veganism on the other hand, on the other spectrum, it will consider extreme in other people, and vegans will or paleo or whatever, it's extreme at some point, extreme, and we are so used to those extremities. When someone tells me about the moderation, it always amuses me because I don't think there exists. And the most important part of moderation, why I'm against all the concept of moderation, it's because it feels restrictive, and it feels restrictive for a lot of people, and it feels open for a lot of other people. And I will explain why. For me, restriction comes from, and I will tell again and again and again, that what triggers me the most is the feeling of deprivation, that I can't have the amount of food that I want. I don't know why, but this is exactly, and I have to be aware of those moments so very much. And this is the biggest trigger. You have to find your biggest trigger. Because for a lot of people, and especially people that I see comment on my video and other people, that they say, oh, it's so restrictive, your diet. You can go to Weight Watchers. And Weight Watchers is, you can have anything in moderation, but you need to count. And in the minute I start to count, and in the minute I start to restrict my portions, I feel deprived, I feel anxious, and I probably need to work on this part of the diet. But those are my triggers. And time again I will tell, please find your personal triggers. Don't go to diet, to any plan or to any change before you know your triggers. And you will face pretty fast with those triggers if you do. Okay, it's windy here and cold, but it's wonderful outside. Yeah, like this. So yes, in order to succeed in any plan, any diet, any change, and if you want it to be permanent change, you need to face your triggers, but you need to avoid them as much as possible through your diet and through your plan. If something will trigger you on daily basis, every day, you won't stick to this plan ever. And I'm getting sometimes those comments like, oh, keto is too restrictive, and you get those cravings because you're on keto and it's restrictive, so you need to go on this moderation. Everything in moderation, so probably you need a little bit of carbs. But carbs, in my case, again, I'm talking about myself, not about everyone else's. I'm giving myself as an example more than anything else. In my case, I feel it, the moderation and the restriction of the amounts of the food, and to bite from the cake once in 3 days, it's not giving me the satisfaction of, and fullness, and I'm crave all the time some food, and I can't. But again, it's my psyche, and time again I'm trying to across this, message. Find something that works for you. Be okay with the level that you are in. Find those triggers. After you find those triggers, try to avoid them as much as you want, as much as you can. And if you can't avoid all of them, try to deal with them. Try to acknowledge them. They are valid. Those struggles are valid. You are valid. And we don't get a lot of validation of our emotions and of our way of life. And the most important things, the triggers are usually triggered emotions, and triggers are throw me to emotional eating, and a lot of the people, not just me, that I know. Even though there are lucky ones that I know that does not have emotional eating problems, which is yay for you guys. I'm almost envy, like almost envy, because it's everything about emotions and how the emotional and mental health. So yeah, and again and time, if everything in moderation, and you have found your moderation, that you can lose weight and you can eat everything, and the portion control is awesome for you. So yeah, this is the way to go for you. And if not, try something else. And if you failed in one, I love the yo-yo dieting. Everyone, it's so bad. But you know what? At least now you know what does not work for you. If you tried something to go with, and you stick for a while and then you drop, it's okay. Now you know that this plan on this way of eating does not work for you. Or this plan of sport does not work for you. So find something else that works for you. Find those triggers. Find those plus sides. Like, I really, really love the keto, because in the end of the day, I'm not stressed about the amount of calorie and macros that I've ate. Again, it's in my psyche. A lot of people love to know that they ate the amount of macros that they, and it's feel good for them. And it's awesome. Do it if you like it. But for me, it feels good that I'm not hungry. I don't need to count anything. I'm still losing weight. I'm feeling great. And in the end, it's much easier for me not to go for, sweet, because I have never been the sweet junkie. I never been. And this is the part that I can't stress over and can't get over enough. I have never been sugar addicted. And usually my starch index and my craving are around complicated carbs, like even not pasta, but some dishes from, usually I'm thinking in terms of dishes in around the world, and dishes that I want from different places. So yeah, I hope it makes sense. Let me know what you think about moderation and how you deal with moderation. Another thing, small thing that I want to add about moderation. When you say, if you think and look at yourself and others from an energy perspective, of energy perspective, when you say something like moderate, it feels restrictive, extremely restrictive. At least for me. And not just for me. I love to experience, and I love the extremes, and I love trying new food, and I love to live on those edges of extreme. And for me, the extreme actually feel much more spacious than the moderation that I need to, to restrict. Because as a child, I was very restrictive, and I grew up very, very, very much in restrictive environment. And find those nuances. A lot of us don't even think about those nuances, but you should, and it will help you to find your way for losing weight, or for being just a little bit happier and a little bit healthier. So yeah, let me know what you think about moderation. Stay happy, healthy. I love you, and see you next time. Bye. Yes, and don't forget to subscribe, write me a comment, thumbs up me, and cheers, Victoria. Love you all. See you next time. Bye. And funny enough, there are people that walking here and looking at me like crazy, but I don't care. I want to get the message out. So love you all. See you next time. Bye.